He's run for 3 days. She said it as if speaking aloud the impossible, the unthinkable. Her scout, a lithe figure with scales glinting under the alien sun, went pale. No, he is hunting us now. The words hung in the thin, metallic air like a warning drumbeat. Somewhere beyond the jagged cliffs and the endless fields of blackened rock, the human moved with a purpose that defied exhaustion, a predator in a land that had never known mercy. The alien princess, still recovering from the initial skirmish that had left her fleet in shambles, tightened her grip on the control console. Her eyes flickered to the star map, tracking the trails of the humans' relentless chase. We underestimated him, she admitted quietly. The alien queen, seated on the throne of her warship hovering above the planet, rumbled her displeasure. Underestimated? He's a single human against our entire legion. That should have been impossible. Yet the queen, wise beyond millennia, had learned to recognize the subtle shifts in fate. This human was no ordinary prey. 3 days of pursuit had tested the human's limits. He had scavenged energy crystals from abandoned outposts, avoided patrols of the Death Worlder fleet, and navigated terrain so hostile it had killed several of the Queen's scouts. Each night, he rested barely long enough to keep his muscles from seizing, and each morning, he pressed on with a purpose only he could comprehend. Somewhere in the recesses of his mind, he recalled the promise he had made to a world that had cast him aside: survive. Fight. Make them see the strength of humanity. The alien scouts scrambled, their long, slender limbs moving with unnatural speed over the jagged rocks. They whispered among themselves, voices tinged with fear. He knows our patterns, he predicts our ambushes. One glanced at the princess, hoping for reassurance, but found none. Even her regal composure could not mask the unease creeping into the ranks. The human was no ordinary soldier. He was something new, something the galaxy had not yet catalogued, a force born of stubborn survival and raw intelligence. Back on the human side, he paused on the crest of a ridge, scanning the valley below. Smoke rose from the remains of a Death Worlder patrol he had ambushed hours earlier. Their screams had been brief, their defeat absolute. He allowed himself a short, bitter smile. Let them think they hunt me. The hunter is already among them. Every trap he set, every maneuver he executed, was designed not just to survive, but to send a message: humans were no longer the weak species of legend. On the alien queen's bridge, the council debated furiously. The alien king's holographic projection flared into existence beside the queen. We cannot let him continue, he said, his tone more command than suggestion. If he reaches the princess, the fleet's honor, and our dominion, will be irreparably damaged. The princess herself clenched her fists. He is not here for honor, she said softly. He seeks truth and vengeance. The human descended into the narrow canyon that led to the fleet's temporary staging ground. Shadows stretched long in the fading light, providing him cover. He moved silently, every step calculated. Above him, alien ships patrolled, their sensors scanning the terrain below. Yet even with all their technology, the human evaded detection. His mind worked faster than any AI, predicting patrol patterns, calculating trajectories, understanding alien psychology as if it were his own. He was not just surviving, he was orchestrating the downfall of the hunters themselves. By the 4th day, the alien scouts were reduced in number and morale. The princess, seeing the dwindling formation of her guards, felt a flicker of genuine fear. Could a single human really dismantle centuries of strategy and power? The queen, observing silently, allowed herself a rare smile. Perhaps we were wrong to believe domination was absolute, she murmured. Perhaps this human will teach us humility. Night fell, bringing with it a storm that ripped across the barren landscape. The human, undeterred, pressed on. Lightning cracked the sky, illuminating his figure for fleeting moments. The princess watched from a cliffside observation post, her heart pounding. There, she whispered, he moves like a shadow of death. Her scout beside her nodded, silent in terror. The human was closing in, faster than anyone could have predicted, and soon, the final confrontation would be inevitable. When the human finally reached the fleet's command center, he found the alien queen and king preparing for evacuation. Sensors had detected his approach only moments too late. He moved with precision, neutralizing guards with non-lethal strikes designed to incapacitate rather than kill. Every action carried the weight of a species fighting for respect, every movement a testament to human ingenuity and endurance. The alien princess confronted him in the central chamber, her expression a mixture of shock, curiosity, and awe. "Why?" she demanded. "Why do you come here, unarmed against armies that would crush you?" The human paused, breathing heavy but steady. "Because I must," he said simply. "Because if humans cannot stand against impossible odds, no one else will respect us. You see strength in numbers, I see strength in will." The alien queen entered then, her presence dominating the room. "You are extraordinary," she said. "A human capable of challenging not just us, but the very notion of what is possible." The human nodded, exhaustion lining his features but resolve in his eyes. "I do not fight for glory. I fight to be seen. To remind the galaxy that humanity endures." A tense silence filled the chamber. The alien king, sensing the undeniable truth in the human's words, lowered his weapon. "Perhaps we have been wrong about your kind," he admitted, a grudging respect in his tone. The princess, moved by the human's courage, stepped closer. "You've hunted us, yet you ask only for recognition," she said. "There is honor in that." The storm outside subsided, leaving the chamber in the soft glow of alien luminescent panels. The human, though battered and weary, stood tall. The fleet would retreat, not out of fear but out of newfound respect. In that moment, humanity had carved a place among the stars, not as conquered, but as conquerors of expectation, champions of willpower. As the fleet lifted, the princess whispered to the human, a subtle promise of alliance rather than enmity. "Survive. Grow stronger. And perhaps one day, we will meet again, not as hunter and hunted but as equals." The human nodded, a spark of satisfaction in his eyes. The legend of his 3-day hunt would ripple across worlds, a testament to the relentless spirit of one human against impossible odds. He walked away from the burning fleet, each step a statement. Humanity was no longer a whisper in the dark corridors of the galaxy, it was a roar. And though the aliens would return, wary and cautious, the memory of a single human who defied death, prediction, and expectation would linger, a reminder that courage, cunning, and determination could topple even the mightiest forces. The stars above seemed to shine brighter that night, as if acknowledging the rise of a hero who had turned fear into awe, desperation into triumph, and the impossible into legend. Humanity had been seen. Humanity had endured. Humanity had won.